With no notes, no objections, and no amendments, Canada's upper house has passed Bill C-4, making it illegal to force someone to go through conversion therapy. The practice is opposed by the American Psychiatric Association and classified as a type of torture by international bodies.
It's also a pretty great day for Matt Ashcroft. Ashcroft has been lobbying for this ban after experiencing conversion therapy 6 years ago.
Matt Ashcroft is a conversion therapy survivor who turned his pain into passion and progress, playing a key role in banning conversion therapy in Canada.
My dad wasn't the kindest person to me, made me hid in the closet. So I was searching for any way that I can get the love and the respect of my dad again. That was the driving factor. I also remember at 16, he tried to get me to sleep with a female escort to make a man out of me. Yeah, that left a lot of depression in my younger years, for sure. I just felt that I didn't have anything normal that I can connect with my dad.
Unscrupulous conversion therapists exploited Matt's difficult family dynamics and claimed they could change his sexual orientation. Matt returned with Truth Wins Out to his hometown of Belleville, Ontario, where his conversion therapy efforts began.
This is exactly where I've experienced conversion therapy. I was actually in this room right here. When I was in gym and did Chris Doyle's therapy, I was in that room by myself, doing excruciating work on myself. These folks affected me, and I just kept on doing what they told me to, and nothing worked. And I just wanted to do whatever I could to rebuild the relationship, and I did extra stuff that didn't even make sense for the relationship building stuff. The lowest point of my life was actually in this building. This is actually the church that I was at when I was in conversion therapy. My pastor, Steve Patterson, knew that I was in Brothers Road and chose not to do anything about me being in conversion therapy.
Matt began online sessions with a notorious and discredited quack therapist.
Chris Doyle is a one-to-one therapist that I've experienced conversion therapy with.
I was encouraged by Chris Doyle every week to go here to say that I'm a sex addict, even though that I've never had sex with a man in my life. I did everything that Chris Doyle told me to do. I did his moral inventory. We're a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. I had no idea why I was talking about anything sexual and the type of guys that I am attracted to Chris Doyle.
Matt also started Journey in the Manhood, also called Brothers Road. It's a bizarre, pseudoscientific ex-gay retreat in the woods where gay campers are told they can rediscover their masculinity and become straight.
David Matheson is the one that created the Journey into Manhood weekends. He is a Mormon. He told me that he borrowed a lot of ideas from the New Warriors weekend. Is a sham and a fraud, and he proved it in 2019 when he was forced to come out. Rich Wyler is the other leader of the Journey into Manhood weekends. Rich Wyler presented himself like he had all the answers for everything, but his education is a certified life coach, so he doesn't have any formal education and rips people off for money. They're offering you candy and you're going into a van with no windows. That's literally Journey into Manhood.
Matt said Journey into Manhood uses strange and ineffective techniques.
My impression of the program was really odd. It seemed like I had to do mental gymnastics in order for me to change, and nothing that they said made sense. I remember that we were all in a circle and we had women's stuff, which is like a rolling pin, a wooden spoon, bras, panties, underwears, tampons that were just on the floor, and we had to pick one up to say what we thought about it. And I was like, why do I have to pick up a tampon? Like, what sense does that make?
There's nothing good about it. These folks are very one-dimensional in their thinking. Maybe they realize that nothing that they say is backed up with science, but $650 a pop, 20 to 30 people, that's $25,000 per weekend. So I believe that it's all about money. And if they don't have any educational background, then they're gonna follow where the money goes. The way that they measure success is to pretend to be holy or to pretend to be something that they're not. Just be yourself. You have permission to be yourself. Get with the times.
Matt befriended one of the Journey into Manhood guides, who he claims took advantage of him. Matt broke down, returning to the site where the trauma occurred.
It's quite an emotional experience going back to the scene of the crime, so to speak, with the abuser who exploited and took advantage of you in this conversion therapy.
I trusted him. I trusted him so much. Like, we went through this experience together, and I had no idea what it was for or what it was about.
We went to conversion therapy together, specifically at the Journey into Manhood weekend. After that weekend, I got kicked out of my mom's place at the time. And I remember that I was wanting to spend the night at his house until I get myself sorted to get my new apartment. He undressed and he said, "I want to make you squeal like a pig," like the movie Deliverance.
Come on, squeal.
I said, absolutely not. He ratted me out to Rich Wyler. Rich Wyler wanted me to apologize to him, and Rich Wyler said, I honor that.
But if he made the move on you, why would you have to apologize?
Because I led somebody astray from their journey. I was the one that did that. I sacrificed so much of myself in order for me to try to change my sexual orientation.
Matt decided he would not be a victim. He would be a strong and resilient survivor who would help lead a victorious effort to ban conversion therapy in Canada.
To the Canadians that still believe that conversion therapy works for them, I leave my information open to all of you always. To the Canadians that want to get out of conversion therapy, it gets better.
I can't believe I did it. Like, it's monumental because it's, instead of with the United States context, which is under 18 with licensed mental health professionals, we did all, no glass ceilings. We made sure that we had consenting adults. You don't know what you're going to go into when you're in conversion therapy, and you can never consent to abuse. I am thankful, I am grateful, I am excited, and we deserve it. We really deserve it. I know what had happened to me, and I know what happened to countless of other folks, and I will not stop until Journey into Manhood is gone. When I started to speak out and to speak up and to live my truth, I wanted to show people what can happen to our community. I'm really glad that I do that, and I would do anything that I could to empower the next person to speak out about their stories. The fact that I'm here right now and able to share a story that was so painful to me means a lot. And the fact that Truth Wins Out can come here means even more. So, thank you.
Matt moved to welcoming and affirming Toronto to rebuild his life after leaving failed ex-gay conversion programs.
Why it's psychologically damaging is because you're trained on how to hate yourselves. And if you just do enough or do whatever it is that they ask you, you will be better. Specifically with me, it took me years to even just get confident enough to say if something is wrong or to approach somebody. Confidence was knocked out of me, and that is the reason why that is psychologically damaging. It's a lie. Don't believe it. It doesn't work. Stay away. There's not just one news report on Journey into Manhood, and there's not just my story. There are many stories that are out there, and it's about time for us to be amplified.
One of the things that I'm glad about leaving is that I get to pursue my other passions. I really love music. Here's my Denon Prime 2s. I love that I can finally get to explore my creative side with music. When I was there, I really didn't have a lot of time and or opportunity to do something that I love because I had to focus on changing something that was not attainable. I feel great. I really have an opportunity to learn how to be myself after getting out of Journey into Manhood.
If I can speak here, if I can fight for LGBTIQ folks on a national level, we all can. We all deserve to be happy, healthy, whole, and lovely just the way we are.